Hello and welcome. This is the Asylum, and today I'm showing off a really special video. We start in progress. I started recording after I got the second word, and had noticed, or made my second guess and got the word, and had noticed that I liked the texture of the rest of the clues, so I kept recording. Now here's me scrolling through the clues, showing what my initial thoughts are. I thought I got cadet for that one. We see that we tried metal, got metal right away from merit, and now we're looking at other things, trying to see if we can find anything that looks interesting. Nothing sticking out at the moment. This RIM looks interesting. We think it could possibly be primo. We continue to think and realize quickly that it could also be grimy. We think it's almost certainly RIM, but we don't know. There's two possibilities, and there's still some open room. So we continue on, and we look at these bottom two clues and bottom two words, and we don't really know much about them either yet. So we scroll back through other things. So that's the blame or the flame. We don't know whether it's blame. We don't know whether it's flame, so we're trying to avoid that one. We know nothing about those. So we have this one right here. This is the one we thought was cadet. We have four of the letters. We know that the T is the N, and we know that the A and the E are almost certainly swapped from where they were at the guess. The only word I can think of is cadet for this. And I've thought some more, and the only word I can think of is cadet. But we sit here and we consider cadet some more to be sure that cadet is actually the only possibility. Because this is, we're trying to do something special here, so every answer is extremely important. And we can't just willy-nilly jump at anything we see, even if it looks perfectly obvious. So we have to stop it for a little bit sometimes and consider ones like cadet. Now there'll be places in several times during this video where I do stop like I am doing right here and consider heavily the one word, and don't have anything else to consider, and I'm still just staring and I can't think of anything else. But again, this is about playing the percentages and trying to be sure that every guess that we make is as close to a surety as we can. So that's why we're still waiting. And we finally give up and press enter, and it's right. We couldn't think of any other word, but it's right. We still don't know if that's flame or blame. It's not claim spelled badly. Now we're just looking to see if we can find another word that looks a little weak. This one I'm circling the C, and I'm about to circle the A because it's killing the word I was thinking of. I can't remember what the C was, but the A stops avail and company. The C stops coil, or no, but coil isn't. It does make me think that this is spoil. However, there still is only two letters in the word and a whole bunch of unguessed letters, so it could easily be something other than spoil. So at this point, I'm not gonna. I don't feel comfortable guessing spoil. It looks good. I like the word a lot. That's why it's sitting there and staring at it and considering it. But I'm sure I could find another word that fits. That's not spoil. And at that point I reached that same conclusion, that I'm sure I could find another word, and we try something else. And that word looks interesting. DEL sounds pretty good. Without a C, so it can't be decal or anything like that. So I'm considering the word on the right. I think. Yeah, the word on the right. And now we've got that. We think it's pretty much that. So it's either. So immediately we see dwell. When we tried putting D at the front and the E in the middle, because that's the only. If the D is at the front, the E has to go in the middle. The only word I could come up with was dwell. The other option is to put D in the second position, because DL isn't a word, and that forces an E at either the first or the third position. In the third position, it looks like ideal will work, but we tried both the I and the A. It ends in an L, so it can't be Odeon. So I'm trying to find a word here with D, XDEL, XL, and I can't find one because the I and the A have taken, and the only word I can see is ideal. And then so I go back to seeing dwell. That's the only word I can come up with that has those letters, and so I give it a try, and it's right. Now we look over here, and the word on the right is practically spelled out for us. That's 100%er, and we notice it pretty quickly. I don't think there's any other possibilities for the word on the right. Now the word on the left has an RE placed and has a W in it. But the W's not in the second place, which is good to know. And there's the vowels are taken, so we got WORE, but then we don't have we can't end wars. I guess we could have done wars, but I've been avoiding doing plurals or first person singular, or third person singular. Anyway, ends in S. I'm trying to avoid it. I hate that rule. I think it's dumb, but I've been using it to my advantage, and it's helpful. So I was assuming there's no S at the end. So I'm trying to put a W at the end because of screw and whatnot, but we know it's not screw because the C's been taken. So I'm stuck here staring. It's not through because the T has been taken, and so I'm considering all kinds of things that I can't come up with anything immediately, and then all of a sudden I throw in these letters together. Oh, I get it a little bit slower than I thought. There it is. So then I suddenly saw the SH, and I saw a shrew. That lines up perfectly. It's got two letters I haven't tried, two good letters to try, and I haven't tried it, and I can't come up with anything other than shrew. Shrew's a good word. I like it. So we consider it heavily. We can't see anything else, but we don't want to press. Like we said, we're being very careful about this whole thing, so we don't want to try to press, but we can't see anything else, so we do press. And it's right. Awesome. Awesome. So now let's see what the next word is. Now, we've got 4 of the 5 letters here, and immediately I see smirk. However, it could also be something else, possibly. So we consider all the other possibilities. So the other possibilities is that we put the M at the end of the word. But I can't, as we'll see, I can't come up with any words that end in IRM or IORM. or IOIYRM. I can't come up with any of those. So yeah, here we're about to see me put in something that's IRM just so I can see it. Yeah, and it's not there. I'm basically trying every letter combination in that X position right now, and then I reached the conclusion that there's no word there, and that this has to be smart. And I try it. All right, now we're up here, and we're I think looking at the word on the left, because we know it's SHI blank E, and we've got only a limited number of letters left. So we start going through them, and the one we see immediately is shine, because that's a very common word and obvious. But, again, we're trying desperately not to make premature guesses. So we back up, and we mentally go through every single letter available and see if any of them sound like words. Well, that's what I'm doing right now, is concentrating very heavily on making shive a word. But we realize that it's shine, and because we can't find anything else, and we have the courage to try it. Now we've got the S at the beginning of this word, and that makes us feel like we've got enough that it has to be spoil at this point. I can't think of anything else that fits those letters. But yeah, we don't want to be premature, so I stare at spoil for a long time. And I still don't think it's quite good enough. And the word on the left probably ends in ER, but haven't tried anything, so it could be all kinds of things. My first guess is that it could be offer, because we haven't tried an F or an O, but that's a stab in the dark, so we throw it away. We don't know what that word is. All right, we come up here. Now we're looking at this word on the left, and we can see that it's got some possibilities. It could be hooch. Then we immediately come up with pooch, because my nice little doggy was right there. Pooch. Coming up with pooch immediately gave me another idea for pouch. At which point I realized there are way too many options for this cell, and I'm going to ignore it. Or this, not cell, this grid, so I'm going to ignore it. This word is too much. We still don't know whether this is blame or flame, unfortunately. So we can't do anything about that. But if we look at the word on the left, it's got some very interesting letters, and that's what I'm looking at now. It's got a D placed, and it's got a CH in it. And it can only use a U, O, or Y as its possibilities. So I'm going to start looking at the word on the left. That's what I'm doing now, is I'm trying to throw a CH in a word that starts with D. That's what I'm doing at this moment. And I couldn't come up with any, so we scroll on further up. Now these both look like they're very, very empty clues. We don't have much idea what these are. So we scroll up again, and we hit two more near dead clues. We think maybe our incredible run is over. Maybe we're recording for no reason. So we stare some more. But those are empty. I've got some idea about the top right, but I don't want to go there yet. I could still think of a couple things. So let's see what else we've got in other places. So I come back down here, and again I'm interested in this D DCH1. DCH seems very interesting choice. So we're starting with, we put the D in because we know it's there. And I'm going to start putting in a vowel, and I start with a DU, and I'm like, oh, I don't like DU at all. DU sounds terrible. But then I start DO, and I'm like, oh, that sounds even worse. And then suddenly my brain saw Dutchy, because it saw the Y and was trying to work with the Y, and it saw the Y sitting right next to the U and said Dutchy. And I can't find anything else but Dutchy that fits, so I had enough confidence to try it, and it was right. That does give us a U over here, mean hooch, and pooch are out. So pouch is still looking really, really good. So we're considering putting in pouch. But again, we're worried that we're not hitting 100%. So we stop here and we think to see if there's any other possibility than pouch that we've missed. And we come up with one we missed. Belch. That immediately tells me we're not guessing this word. So we scroll on. Hey, now we've got a U in this word. And we've got a Y. And it ends in R almost certainly. So there's only one word I can think of. It's buyer. And I feel really confident enough on that I put it in. Now that B tells me that it could be whether it's blame or flame. And hey, look, it's blame. We got it. Awesome. Does that B help me anywhere else? Hey, it does. It helps me with this. What is this? It's bid. Biddy? I've never heard of bid. Well, maybe I've heard of the word biddy, but, it's maybe a slang for an old person? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what biddy means. But that's the only word that shows up, but I don't know it. I don't like it, so I don't guess it. I can't make myself guess it. The one on the left, the only word we can come up with is Philly. But again, it's so open. It's not. Well, it's so undefined at the moment that I don't feel confident in guessing it. And now up here, we've got a Y at the end of the first word, and it has to start with a D-O or D-U. Or DY. DYD doesn't work. Or we tried INU, so it's DO or DY. So DO is almost certainly it. And Dottie I put in because Panthera gave me the word Dottie, which is Scottish slang. I don't expect it to be right here, so that's why I'm staring, going, what could this possibly be? And then brain suddenly comes up with dodgy and knows that that's a common word, that this is almost certainly it is, so I have enough confidence to press enter. Or, well, spoiler alert, I have enough confidence to press enter. There it is. So it's dodgy. Now I look at the word on the right again, and I've only got 2 letters in it, and I don't like that, so we're going to keep looking. Now, scroll down, we've got the same letters here. We don't know what those are. So, we're still thinking Philly and Biddy. But we're trying to find some other letter to stick in there besides another D. But nothing looks good. Yeah. I wanted to put biddy in, but it just sounds like a word, but I just don't know the word, so I just didn't want to put it in. So I keep staring. We got both those. Now we've got this one, which is still pouch or vouch, so we don't know which one that is. And we got those, and now we're stuck in this word, which we think is spoil. We thought it was spoil a long time ago. We're now at, we tried it, because it's the only word that was available, And that gives us the P, which gives us pouch. Now we check these other words. All these other words are done. We're down to 3 words. These 2, which are very confusing. And this one. Which this is what I thought that what this was. I thought it was the whole time. I don't know why I didn't type it in. I think I was thinking of conic and stuff like that for a long time, so I was ignoring it. But at this point, there's only one word it can possibly be, and that's civic. But again, being very careful, so we take a second to make sure it's anything but civic. Now at this point, all I've got are these 2 crazy words, and I'm on a roll to once again hit a 17. So I'm staring and I can't figure this out. And so now I'm like, oh man, I have to let everyone know where I'm at. So at this point, I now take a screenshot. This is me taking a screenshot of the upper part of the page saying, look at me. I have guessed 14 of the 16 words and I still have 6 guesses. How did I get here again? So this is me posting on Discord about how I got here while these words are percolating in my head. I have to crow about being at this point, at least. Even if I fail from this point, getting to 6 remaining guesses with 2 remaining words to guess is a feat in and of itself. So I posted on Discord. So that's what I'm doing right now, is talking on Discord. And as you can see, my eyes have gone all kinds of wide because I'm like, oh my god, I can do it again. I am on the verge and I have an idea of what both of these words are. I could do this. So my heart's racing. I want to be jumping up and down and shouting. Look at my eyes right now. I am just, okay. What do we have for possibility? What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? And that's me now checking what possible things we could do. And look at my reaction. I'm just, oh, please tell me that there's something in here that I haven't seen. I do not want to be making dumb guesses. But at this point, I don't really have much choice. So we make the least dumb guess that we have, which is Philly. And we have no other choice, but we guess it, and it's right. And then we're down to Biddy, and that's our only guess, and I can't think of any other word. There's only 4 other consonants available. And we tried it! And we did it! Again. We got all 16 words and 17 guesses. And here's me just going crazy, copying the results immediately to Discord. Immediately having to call out that I hit this again. And now we have a nice little celebration. So thank you very much.